Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be reviewing Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Now, a lot of people hate this film. This is some people's worst in the whole franchise. It's not mine. Out of the first 7, I'd say it's probably like, I have fun with it, but it's not really a good movie at the same time. But like I said in a couple episodes, I don't really hate any of these movies. Like, there's not a single Friday the 13th film that I actually dislike. And they all have something I feel like I can come back to and watch. And let's talk about the positives about this film, because this film has some positives. Kane Hodder comes back for the first time, and actors reprise Jason in 2 movies. And he does great, as always, and there's a big scene of him in Times Square where he's like looking around, where he did that in like real life. Stayed in character. Which that would have been a sight to see in '89, back when they were filming this. Or '88 when they were filming this. But so the title is a little bit of misleading. So Jason Takes Manhattan for the last 20 minutes of it, but the rest of the time they're on this cruise ship. And a lot of the parts they shot and what's supposed to be Manhattan was actually Vancouver, because it's a lot cheaper up there compared to shooting. Of course, they got Times Square. They got that shot done in New York. But the original script had a bunch of other places, like the Statue of Liberty. I think what was it? Statue of Liberty was supposed to be in it. Like at the island, and Madison Square Gardens. That was supposed to be a scene. But the whole plot is we meet our final girl, Remy, and she's going on this like cruise trip for graduation. And we meet her uncle, who's the principal, who's you'll learn is a pretty unlikable character. So Jason kills this couple's boat, or kills this couple on their boat. What was it, Susie and Jimmy? And then it takes it rides it along to the dock where the big cruise is, because now somehow Crystal Lake connects to the Hudson River or something like that. Hudson Bay, I don't know. And somehow it connects to New York now. So Jason starts killing people on that cruise. There's the guitar kill, which is pretty decent, but the MPA toned this one down pretty big. I think the Sonic kill's pretty good. But the best kill of the whole film takes place when they finally make it to New York. So after they get off the cruise ship, after we've had like a bunch of people dead, we're left with Julius, Remy, Sean, the principal Charles, and Remy's teacher. I forget her name. And when they get to New York, Julius gets probably the best shot in this whole film, the coolest shot. So in the film, he's been a boxer. So for his shot, him and Jason just lets him go to like hit him so much, like over and over again. Julius is giving hard blows to Jason over and over again. To the mask, to the chest, making him stumble back. And then when he says, give it your best shot, Jason grabs him by the collar and just with one punch knocks his head right off. Clean decapitation, and then the head lands down all the way down to where the rest of them are at by the cop car. Jason then kills the policeman. And then, in one of the most heroic things he's done in the whole franchise, 2 pieces of shit are trying to rape Remy, and he stabs one of them with their own needle. Then beats everyone's head in with a pipe. Or into a pipe. So, a good deed Jason did. A very good deed. Fuck you, rapists. And after that, that's in the movie. Like, there's some more cool shots. I think the diner shot's pretty cool. The Uncle Charles, who's the principal, we find out tried to drown Rennie when she was a kid, and whatever piece of crap. He didn't try to drown her. He threw her in the lake, so she's been scared of swimming. From then on, so he gets drowned by Jason in a sewage bucket. And then we get the most dumbest part of this film, in my opinion, the toxic waste sewers. So according to a maintenance worker, whenever Sean and Remy make it down to the sewers, according to this maintenance worker, the sewers flood every night at 12 o'clock with toxic waste. So first Remy splashes some toxic waste on Jason's mask, and he forced him to pull it off, and his face just looks so much worse than part 7 or part 7 and part 6 look good, especially part 7. But this one just looks like, I don't know why they didn't reuse that one. This one looks like someone said a Halloween mask, and that's probably what it looks like the most, honestly. And basically he dies after this by toxic waste drowning him. Rennie and Sean make it to a ladder, they climb up it, and while he's trying to reach up at him, this big wave of toxic waste just washes him and then turns him back into a little kid. Strange. And there's a bunch of stuff we gotta talk about what Paramount did with this franchise after this film, but that's probably the dumbest, hands down, it's the dumbest death for Jason in this whole franchise. Him getting destroyed by toxic waste and turned back into a little kid, because earlier in this film there was Rennie was having glimpses of Jason when he was a little kid trying to get inside this cruise from the windows, and when she was younger, Jason supposedly was trying to pull her down whenever her uncle threw her in the water, and it's dumb. If you go by part 2's like whole main thing, Ginny in part 2 was talking about how Jason survived. This whole franchise kept like constantly that he survived the drowning and he was alive. So now you're just making him they made him an undead zombie boy from the beginning. So I don't know if this one's just trying to be more like part 1. But this film, like, I know I give it a lot of crap, but it's got like, I like the visuals, of course. The score is amazing. I like The Darkest Side of the Night. Yeah, like seeing Manhattan at the beginning of the film, and when it's actually in Manhattan, it's really good. But when it's on the boat, not so much. But like I said, I don't hate a single film in this franchise, so I don't hate this one either. Now after this, Paramount would sell the property to New Line, and now we start getting into back with New Line Cinema, because last franchise we covered was Nightmare on Elm Street, so it's coming up soon, the Freddy vs. Jason review. We just got 2 more films to get through, and then we're at it. Next film, if there's a film in the franchise that I semi dislike, I don't hate it, but I probably wouldn't put it in as much. Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. But until then, I love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.